about love is you never really know when it's coming, but you better believe you'll know when it's there. True story. I must have been searching.
저기 나와.
그렇네. 고생하셨어요.
와우, 웰컴, 웰컴. 와우.
진짜 깨끗하다. 근데 우리가 그거 부분이 제일 이뻤어. 그러게. 그릇도 아주 충분하다.
와우. 와. 맘에 드는 걸로 골라?
여기 잠옷 우리가
패치. 들깨가루. 이게 우리 잠옷이야? 예쁘다.
좋아요 이거.
이거는 짧아. 가다가 그 마트에 뭐 레깅스 이런 거 없어. 엄마 다 여름옷.
여기 있다. 요즘에 이게 맛있어, 엄마. 레이니어 체리. 일단 이거 먹어볼까? 이거 맛있어 보인다. 이거 하나 먹어볼까?
In the country, we have over 620 stores.
이거 한 통 정도면 될 것 같아. 이건 너무 크고.
작은
그래.
걸로 하나 사자. 아.
굉장히 종류가 굉장히 많아.
이거? 이걸로 먹을까?
맞아, 맞아.
하체, 썬파. 벌지 삼겹살? 예. 장수 막걸리 이런 거 없나?
지평 있다. 지평.
지평 있다. 지평 먹자.
다음에 한국 와보면
신기하다.
집에 있는 맥주 있어요.
다음에 치킨.
와, 치즈까지. 이게 왜 혼나요?
와.
혼나는 줄 알고.
맛있다 진짜. 아빠 그 지령받은 사람 같아.
이런 걸로 입어봐. 지훈이 입는 걸로.
미디엄 이런 거.
이거는 아니야. 미디움 사이즈 큰 거.
갖고 있어봐.
우리 새로 맞춘 옷.
진짜? 이게 막 들어가야
또 잃어버려. 거기가 우리 수가 뽑힌데 어디지? 그러면
뭐였지?
뭐지? 아 그래 맞아.
First day I saw you since long ago. I still remember it was so cool. And you were warm and I was some green tea. You asked me, can you lend me sugar? You grabbed the shaking bowl and shook her. And you put all the sugar right on me. And what a crash, what a crash. Felt the sudden sugar rush as you sang me your apologies. And when the second day we met by chance, what a sweet coincidence to find the sugar girl right next to me. Decided it's time to introduce myself. Your name that came with an address that led me to my favorite night in years. Just 7 days, and sugar's almost everywhere. It's oh so sweet. I'm almost
아빠 그러다 뒤로
melting
넘어진다.
on the street. And I don't know, what have you done with me, sugar girl? It's like a spell. I feel I float in caramel. Preferred it was a walk into bliss with a cotton candy kiss. And for a second my heart skipped a beat. 3 other days were spent under the sheets like an everlasting.
Was it written in the stars? I don't know, but this I'm sure. You're a tattoo on my heart. Sometimes the things we love still hurt us. And I know it feels like defying gravity, but this love still feels like flying home to me. And if we need space, then why can't I stay on your orbit? And if we're bound to break, then tell me why my heart's still holding on.
not give up on us too soon. Good things take work, it's a universal truth. And I know my mind can't be like you, away from you, but your love still brings me down to earth. It's just what you do. And if we need space, then why can't I stay out your orbit? And if we're bound to break, then tell me why my heart's still holding on. 'Cause you're up in your head, up in the clouds, baby, come down. It's obvious how my whole world revolves around you. So if we need space, then why can't I stay out your orbit? Why do we keep going round and why don't we wanna come down and down? We keep going round and round, wanna come down. So if we need space, why can't I stay out your orbit?
와, 바다다.
Let's disappear without goodbye and say we've gone mad and lost our minds. So who cares? 'Cause it's true. Madly in love with you. So let's float away toward the moon and the stars and let them all talk about how hopeless we are. Oh, who cares? 'Cause it's true. Hopelessly in love with you.
이거네 이거. 이거는 이 파란색이랑 이거랑 똑같은 거나? 똑같은 거다.
거야.
이런 거는 해놔도 너 쓸 수 있잖아. 두 개 사.
예쁘네. 해무가 너무 심하다.
산고기 한번 마시니까 정신이 진짜
그럼 온다. 이쪽으로. 아, 제필이 있어.
It's
내려가.
like a movie I can't
영상인데?
take my eyes off you, and I don't want to. When you smile, I wish time would stop for a while. I thank the day that you walked my way, and I've spent my whole life searching for something like this, and in your heart I found it. And it's so easy loving you. It's easy loving you. So take my hand, dance with me. I swear some things are meant to be. It's crazy how I never knew how easy it could be loving you. When we touch, I see a lifetime of us. It's you and I till we're 85, dancing around the room in a home made for two. Nobody gets me like you, darling, it's true. And I've spent my whole life searching for something like this, and in your heart I found it. And it's so easy loving you. It's easy loving you. So take my hand, dance with me. I swear some things are meant to be. It's crazy